The white zone is for immediate loading and unloading of passengers only.
Well, it's Bryan Devore with Devore Realty Group, Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices, California Properties. It's Monday, so it's time for another Monday market moment. Lots of stats to talk about. We'll get through those. And bank closures and real estate. We've heard a lot of that in the news lately, so I want to kind of touch base on those and how it's affecting the world of real estate, how it might affect the world of real estate. So let's get to that in just a couple minutes. But first, let's talk about the totals right now. 2,343 total homes for sale throughout the county, down 57 from last week. Median list price of those homes, $975,000, which is up from the week before. Average days on market, 56, which is up 1 day from the week before. Total number of homes in escrow, 2,310. That's up 14 from last week. Median list price, $799,900, which is a little bit of a decrease. Average days on market, 30, also a little bit of a decrease, 1 day. Months of inventory keeps going down, 1.36 months of inventory. So if no new listings came on the market, everything would be sold in 1.36 months. Holy cow, that's super fast. And what's interesting to see, and that's down, of course, from last week, the trend lines for total actives and total pendings getting closer and closer once again, almost at the point where they're tied. And we'll see what happens if pendings will overtake actives and how soon that will happen. Since last week, we saw 585 new listings come on the market. That's down 12 from last week. Median list price, $860,000, which is an increase. New pendings, 431. So 431 homes went into escrow. Actually, the same number of homes as the week before. That's never happened before, at least while we've been tracking the Monday market moment. Median list price, $785,900, which is a little bit of an increase. Average days on market, 21, huge drop. So only 3 weeks was the average days on market for all 431 homes that went into escrow. Big drop of 11 days from the week before, those properties that went into escrow. New pendings listed within the last week, 32. And then new pendings listed within the last 2 weeks, 223. So still over half the homes are selling in 2 weeks or less, and obviously 3 weeks or less for everything. How many homes closed escrow last week? 390. That's up 27 from last week. The median list price, $799, a little bit of a decrease. Median sales price, $798,500. So homes are actually selling a little bit below list price. That was down from the week before. Average days on market, 30, down 2 from last week. The least expensive sale was in Lakeside, $165,000. The most expensive sale, once again, in Rancho Santa Fe for $11 million. Here is the graph that shows new actives, new pendings, and new closed sales. You can see this, the narrowing gap between new actives and new pendings, closed sales jumping up, which is nice to see. And then the chart showing the median list price and the median sales price, they're very much, they're almost the same, and still well above that 750 line. I'm still holding strong. All right, the Stephen Thomas reports on housing came out. So in San Diego County March listing inventory level year over year. So this shows just for the month of March how many homes were on the market during that month. And you can see if you go back in time, right now the blue line 2,216 is the number that he pulled up at the time of his reporting. Still well above where we were a year ago, but lower than we were the year before that. And that was the lowest year we'd had in several years. You can see all the way back to 2013. So you can see, historically speaking, look at March 2019, how many homes we had for sale in that month, 6,805, 3 times the number of properties that we have on the market today. Inventory problem. San Diego County active listings year over year. You can see the trend line for each of the years. Focusing on this year, the blue line, you can see where we started out just above 2021 listings and above 2022 listings, but below the other 2 years. We've now crossed below the 2021 line and we're still trending down. So are we going to get below 2022 numbers, which was unbelievably low? So we'll have to see how it goes, but that's the way it's trending right now. Meanwhile, demand over the last few years, and it has plateaued a little bit. We don't have a ton of demand relative to other years, still well below those other years. But homes are selling quickly just because of the lack of supply relative to that demand. Here's the San Diego County market breakdown. You can see the different price categories, price ranges, $0 to $750,000. The market time of 26 days, percent of current inventory, about a third of the homes are in that category, but it's almost half of the current demand is in that category. So you can see the imbalance of supply and demand, how many more homes we really need to get on the market in order to satisfy the demand in that price category. So you can kind of see for each different price break, what the inventory is, percentage of inventory, market time, percent of current demand. It's still an imbalance pretty much across the board. The San Diego County sold report, and I'm happy to send you this report that talks about each particular city in the county, number of units sold, median sales price, median list price, sales to list price ratio, and so on and so on. So you can get a better feel in your city, how many homes are selling and what the statistics look like in your city. Southern California housing report. This is the entire Southern California. You can see where San Diego is relative to the other counties. Current actives, other than Ventura, which is a very small county, we have the fewest homes for sale. Demand in the last 30 days, 1893. Market time is the lowest in all of the counties, including even Ventura County. So you can see how red hot the San Diego market is, even relative to the other areas of Southern California. And finally, bank closures. We have seen some news about bank closures, a couple here in the United States, one overseas. What's happening with those and what's the effect on real estate? We're hoping it's somewhat isolated, unlike it was in 2007 and 8, and when those collapses were taking place. Hopefully it's not going to be as widespread as that, more isolated. Hopefully the regulators have done a good job of protecting those banks from those closures from taking place. The immediate effect over the last week or so has been lower interest rates. We've actually seen mortgage rates coming down. They had been cresting up around 7 or above, and now they're much lower than that. So the market doesn't really love volatility, but what it's signaling was rates to actually go down. The longer term effect will really depend on what the Fed does with all this. Right now, or at least before the banks were closing, enemy number one was inflation. Well, that may be now enemy number two, and protecting the situation with bank closures could be number one. They don't want to see any more bank closures taking place, so they may ease up on the rising of their Fed fund rate in order to protect things, which would keep our mortgage rates down. So we'll have to see how the Fed reacts later this month to the bank closures, what that means for their plans for interest rates. We'll have to stay tuned and see what happens hopefully soon. That's it for this week's Monday Market Moment. Don't forget to scan the QR code so you can track your home's value through HomeBot. If you have any questions, give me a call. Send me an email if you want that report. Happy to send it to you, or anything else you might need to help you with your real estate decisions. That's it for this week. Hope you have a great day and look forward to seeing you next Monday.
You've been watching Monday Market Moment with Bryan Devore. Please subscribe to our channel so you never miss an update.